Hello! What we are going to be talking about today is communication and negotiation. What type of considerations we want to think about when we're setting our intention about how we want to communicate to negotiate in the most effective way possible. Communication is a collaboration between listener and speaker. Both parties are essential elements, and when we are playing either role, we want to engage in a way that is most helpful for our communication. The acronym PROUD is a reminder that when we're participating in communication, we want to be patient, respectful, and open, seeking to understand and be understood, and disclose all important information. Let's start by thinking about being patient. When we are the speaker in communication, sometimes we need to say something multiple times before the listener can hear it. This can be frustrating, but remembering we are on the same team of building effective communication and trying to say our meaning in a slightly revised way until our collaborator hears us. Now, when our role is the listener, patience is very important. Often, people will want to share information that we don't find relevant, or they're using more words than we would like to hear. In these situations, tapping into our capacity for patience will allow us to hear instead of activating our sympathetic nervous system. Being respectful when we're the listener means setting our attention on the speaker. When we are the speaker, being respectful in our language choice, keeping in mind the standpoint of the listener and seeking to use words and tones that will avoid activation of their sympathetic nervous system. Being open in communication will often relate to being brave, because openness often feels vulnerable in both roles. When we're the listener, we have to be open to the actual existence of other perspectives, not just our own. And we have to be open to the fact that there might be information out there that we do not yet have. And being open as the speaker, we need to share bravely and boldly what is going on inside us and thus sharing our perspective. When we're the listener, we seek to understand, not to agree, but if we can understand what the speaker is saying, we can clarify where there exists disagreement and inform our knowledge around the subject. Think about a two-sided coin, where you only see heads and they see tails. If you can understand what the person is saying, you may disagree with what is on the coin, but you may also discover that there are two sides to this coin that we're talking about. Or at least you will know that from where the speaker is standing, they're seeing something different. When we're the speaker, we want to demonstrate our perspective and be understood. This means that we're not trying to be agreed with. We are not trying to change the listener's mind, and we are maintaining the intention of sharing, not convincing. So in both these situations, we want to understand what's going on for the other person and have them understand what is going on for us. This is not to say because of what is going on for you, your position in this negotiation is paramount, or what is going on for me, my position is paramount. It's about us knowing what is going on so that we are both situated to better create and curate options. Now, disclose. We want to disclose all pertinent information. This is anything that is important and related to the negotiation. The depths of the disclosure often relates directly to the strength of our other elements of being proud in our communication. At a minimum, the disclosure should include the material facts that are related to the negotiation. And then at that deeper level of uh, communication, we can have a more thorough disclosure explaining what is happening psychologically for us, some of the systemic forces that are present, and we might even share what our best alternative to a negotiated agreement is. The more we're able to disclose, the more we are able to find creative potential avenues for agreement. Okay, so when we're engaged in negotiation, being proud in our communication will increase our chances of reaching an agreement. So remember, if you're negotiating a conflict, be patient, respectful, open, seek understanding, and disclose the important information. Thanks for listening.